Gender Studies class. I'm Lucy Jones, and I'll be your host for tonight. Our top story for tonight is on female genital mutilation. Every year, millions of women are at risk for FGM, FGC, or female genital cutting. FGC involves the partial or total removal of female genitalia for non-medical purposes. This practice is currently used today in parts of Africa, the Middle East, and Asia, with highest risk existing in Somalia. This practice is not done for any medical or religious reason, it's rather done out of pure need for control over women's bodies in these areas. Every year, 3 million women and girls are at risk of FGM. FGM is never medically necessary, but almost always involves serious medical complications later in life, including bleeding, problems urinating and menstruating, and PTSD. Many countries have banned FGM, but that doesn't stop community members and other medical professionals from illegally carrying out FGM on girls who have no idea that it's wrong. Many women have reported being brought into a room where they were strapped down and had a community member forcibly mutilate their genitals. After the procedure was done, another girl was brought in and the same thing repeated. While this issue may seem far removed for some of you, it's still an active violation of human rights, women's rights, and a working process resulting in millions of current sexual assaults. It's important when discussing topics like this to remember that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and that just because you don't know someone is suffering from FGM, that doesn't mean that they don't exist, and their stories matter. Human rights violations in other countries are a threat to ECSU because they actively normalize the dehumanization of women and girls. Now, this process is big and scary and hard to regulate, but there are some things you can do to help. The first thing is just simply spreading awareness of this practice around your communities. Many people are unaware that this is happening, and many of the victims of FGM don't know that it's a crime. As for what the world can do, if higher budgeting is allotted to protecting the safety of all women and girls across the globe, the effects of FGM can be lessened. Right now, the End FGM European Network is using their resources to try and put a stop to FGM, but there's no reason other countries in other parts of the world can't join in on the fight. Working FGM awareness into other international development programs we already have can inform parents just how medically unnecessary and detrimental these processes can be on women and girls. FGM is seen almost purely as a rite of passage or coming of age practice, which means it can be culturally eradicated with the right resources. Thank you for joining me. I've been Lucy Jones.